This fight had to be the worst fight that I've ever seen with two Mexicans fighting each other. Hands down. If you can find me another fight where two Mexican stars fought each other and put on a bore fest like that, please leave the comment below so I could check that shit out. But Oscar De La Homo talked all of that shit about Maypac, about how that turned off so many boxing fans and how it ruined the sport, how it was a disappointment. What the fuck do you think this shit was? They knew that it was a mismatch. They knew that they were going to try to drain the guy, which they did. I mean, he agreed to the weight and all of that. So that's why, I don't even accept his stupid ass excuses after the fight talking about the weight because we already knew that he was going to do that. I said that in a video that I made about this before, about Chavez Jr. I asked him, was he going to make these damn excuses after he loses the fight? Okay? They knew that he wasn't going to be at his best. That's why they cherry picked this fight. This is what they gave the boxing fans on Cinco de Mayo. Now, how many fans do you think got turned off by watching that bullshit? By watching one guy stand in front of another guy and do absolutely nothing. And then watching the other guy not even trying to finish the fight to please the fans. You think that, what if somebody ordered this fight for the first time? First time ever, hey, this looks like a good fight. Two legends fighting each other, which Chavez Jr. ain't really no legend. He's the son of a legend. But two stars fighting each other. Let me go ahead and buy this pay-per-view. What if they did that for the first time and they saw that shit? You think they're ever going to do that shit again? But Golden Girl was talking about how, they're going to put on the best fights and all of that. That's not what that shit was. And I'm going to say it again, man. This was a fixed fight. Okay? There was a guy, South Star Online, who left me a comment. He's been subscribed to me for a while. And, he pointed out that Chavez quit on his stool a few fights back and the weight and all of that. Those are all good arguments, man. Those are all good arguments, but to compare my opinion to that of an extreme Manny Pacquiao fan who just ran around and said that fights were fixed for no reason, that's not what this is, man. I gave you good reasons why I feel like this was a fixed fight. Okay, they had a WWE intro all set up for this fight after the fight. Where are you? And all of that shit, man. All of that shit was pre-planned, man. They did a press conference for a fight in September after this fight. Fully loaded with the face off and everything. As if they knew for a fact Canelo was going to win. They shut the lights off. I mean, they did all the whole thing, man. It's not like Golovkin just hopped in the ring after the fight. They had a whole fucking setup already. Okay? That's why I feel like the shit was fixed. And then you had Chavez in there standing in front of him doing nothing, man. And then when he did throw punches, he didn't put any steam on him at all. Now, did the weight play a role in that? I'm sure it did. But can't that also be considered fixing a fight? By draining a guy and cherry picking a guy that you know is not going to put on the type of performance that you're promoting it as. I mean, they promoted this fight as, a war. But yet, they didn't fight him at like 168. They didn't make sure that he was comfortable. They knew that this was a cherry pick. So it's still fixed like that, in my opinion. It may not be directly, paying Chavez to do nothing. But it still can be considered a fix, in my opinion. Just when you just look at everything, man. And I don't think that that's extreme. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not saying that the fight was fixed because my guy lost or I hate the other guy. There's none of that in this. I just think it's fixed when you just look at everything. I think that my arguments are pretty good. But you guys leave me your comments. Let me know what you think. Definitely the worst Mexican versus Mexican fight of all time.